Hello, First Christian families. I'm just getting back from delivering all of the at-home devotionals. So I got to see some of the people that were not able to come on Sunday to our blessing of the animals. And I really enjoyed seeing everyone that came to that as well. We got to meet each other's dogs. My dog Rosie came, and we got to meet some puppies, the Pacers puppy, and we got to meet Angus, Ethan's older dog. It was really fun just to see the dogs play with each other and to eat our picnics and get to chat with each other. So thank you all who came out. I also want to make sure that you know that Mia Walsh is reading our story from this Growing in God's Love story Bible. She's reading that story for worship. So if you haven't watched the worship service yet, I usually release these videos after the worship service. And if you haven't watched it yet, you should definitely go and watch it, and you'll get to hear Mia Walsh read the story. Now, I am also going to read this story for you, so you'll be able to listen to it and think about some of the wondering questions that go along with it. But to begin with, I'm going to light a candle. So to remember the light of Christ that's always with us. This is a new candle that I got for my birthday. It was my birthday last week, and it was also Pacer's birthday the day afterwards. And it was Mia's dad, John Walsh's birthday afterwards. There have been a lot of fun birthdays in the month of September, and I already see that there's going to be a lot of fun birthdays next month in October. So I have my candle lit, and I set it down on the desk next to me. I'm also going to sing our special song that helps us get ready to listen to God's word. So I think you know it, and if you do, you can sing it with me. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Well, let's read this story together. If you have the Growing in God's Love story Bible, which most of the families at First Christian Church have gotten their Bible, you can open it up to page 107. We're going to read Samuel Tells a Hard Truth based on 1 Samuel 2, 18, 3 through 20. And I'm going to share my screen just in case you don't have the book and you can see the pictures. Samuel Tells a Hard Truth. Have you ever had to tell someone bad news? Were you nervous? How did you tell them? Samuel has bad news to tell the priest Eli. Samuel, a young boy, lived in God's temple. He helped Eli the priest. Every year, Samuel's parents, Hannah and Elkanah, came to visit him. Each year, his mother made a new robe to bring Samuel. Samuel loved God. Eli loved God too, but Eli's sons didn't follow God's ways. They did terrible things. Although Eli loved his sons, God was angry about the things that they did. In those days, the priest's sons became priests too, but because they were so bad, Eli's sons couldn't become priests. Someone had to tell Eli. That someone was Samuel, the boy who helped Eli. One night, while Samuel and Eli were asleep, Samuel heard someone call, "Samuel." Samuel thought it was Eli. He got up and he hurried to Eli, and Samuel said, "Here I am." Eli said, "I didn't call you. Go back to sleep." Then it happened again. "Samuel, Samuel." Samuel ran to Eli. "Here I am." Again, Eli said, "I didn't call you. Go back to sleep." A third time, Samuel heard his name, "Samuel, Samuel." And he went to Eli. I'm here, he said. You called me. This time, Eli knew that God had called Samuel. But Samuel had never heard God call him, so he didn't know. Samuel, said Eli, listen for your name again. When you hear it say, Samuel, Samuel, well, then you say, yes, I am listening. When Samuel heard his name again, he said, yes, I am listening. Then God gave Samuel a hard message for Eli. Samuel, I am getting ready to do something that will make people's ears tingle. Eli's sons are bad. They do terrible things. They have disobeyed me. I'm going to punish them, and they will not be priests like their father. In the morning, Eli asked Samuel what God had said. Samuel told Eli the bad news about his sons. Eli said, God is God. God makes the right decisions. That would be a really hard thing to say to someone, I think. And I wonder, how did Samuel hear God's voice? And I wonder how Samuel felt when he told Eli that his sons could not be priests. I wonder, have you ever had to tell a grown-up? Or if you're a grown-up already, have you ever had to tell a supervisor or boss something that was hard? Well, today, I pray that God blesses you with a listening spirit so that you can hear God's voice. And I pray that God also blesses you with the courage to speak God's truth. This month, we're going to be focusing on courageous men and women in the Bible. And each one will inspire us by their own kind of courage and their own story, how we can live out our kind of courage in our story today. So tune in, and I hope to see you next week. And I hope to see you next month when we celebrate All Saints Day together. Have a good one. Bye.